Alright everybody, we're back here with the second part of the number guessing game. Right now we have the code, the code's pretty much working. We got the game loop, but we don't have the actual game part in. So we have the loop, everything's going, we're asking for input, but we haven't actually done the game part itself. So let's go ahead and look down here how we're going to do that. We've got the loop going. We have first check if we are exiting or not. If we're exiting the loop, it will go ahead and break down to here. Now, if you're not exiting, the next thing we want to check, because we saw if we ran this and I put a number like 500 in, it doesn't really care. Nothing changes. So we want to next check using an else if the guess is less than 1 or the guess is greater than 100. And in that case, I'm actually going to do the same thing I did here. I'm just going to say, please input a number 1 to 100. And else, then all of the stuff that we want to really do is going to happen down here. Everything as far as the number guessing is going to happen in the else statement. So we've covered all other avenues at this point. We've covered a person putting bad input in, so it'll jump back up here. We covered if the person wants to exit, it jumps back up here, and breaks down here. And then we're covering here if the number is out of the range that we want. So we need the number between 1 and 100. So down here we're actually going to start checking. So let's check first if the person actually wins the game. Okay, so we'll say if the person wins the game. If number is equal to guess, then we're going to do something. Otherwise, if they haven't, we'll do something else. Okay, so what's going to happen in here? Ooh, that's a little pretty, I don't know why it's indenting so much. So what's going to happen in here is we're going to need to first tell the user they won. You won. And then we'll ask them if they want to play again. So I'm going to make a new variable called again, and I'm going to say input, would you like to play again? And I'm going to make this easy on myself. I'm going to write enter, well, we won't put a parenthesis, enter y for yes and anything else for no. Okay, so that makes it easy on me. I don't have to check for a no. It's just anything other than y is going to be a no. Okay, so in that case, we are going to say if. So again, remember an input statement gives us a string. So if again is equal to y, or again is equal to lowercase y. I'm going to do this just because I want to be nice. I want to give them the opportunity to either do an uppercase or lowercase y. So if why it keeps indenting that much. If again, it means I need to reset the number. Okay, so I'll put the number back at 10. Now remember up here, I gave the number 10. We're going to fix that in the next video. We're going to add some things that are random, and we're going to put the number of tries, everything in there that we need. So this right here, though, just leave it as 10 for the moment. And then I'll say number of tries is equal to 0. Because we're restarting, the number of tries should go right back to 0. Okay, so then else. So remember, this is all still under if the person won. So if the person won, they put yes for y. They answered this question with a y. Then good. Otherwise, that means they want to exit, and so we break. And if we break, we'll come down here, and that's fine for right now. Okay, so I'm actually going to use this number of tries. I'm going to put that in here. I'm going to say you won in. Why am I doing that? There we go. And string number of tries, and I'll write tries over here. So you won in number, you won in blank tries. Okay, So this will tell the user how many tries they want in. Okay, so this is all good. If they got the number correct, we're all good in here. The next thing we need to do is check if they're high or low. Okay, so let me look back at this really quick. So the three possibilities, if they've input a number, is a 0 exits, a guess that's not between the range. It just says, go ahead and please input a number again. And that means it's going to come all the way down to the end of the loop and come back up here and do this line. If they do guess the number correctly, or otherwise, the number could be guessed correctly, I'll tell them that they won and tell them how long it took them. And then it will ask them would they like to play again. If yes, good. If no, then it breaks. And if yes, it will reset our number to guess and a number of tries. All right, and the last thing we'll do is we'll just say if number is greater than guess. So if the number is bigger than the guess, meaning the number that has been chosen is bigger than guess, then we're going to say that the guess is too low. So print too low, try again. And the same thing will happen for the opposite. The opposite thing will happen for the opposite, really. So if the number that we chose is bigger than guess, that means their guessing is too low. And if the number is, then otherwise the number is just going to be too high. And at this point, the game is actually almost complete. The only thing we have to do is we got to fix this because we don't want to always be guessing the number 10. But let's go ahead and test our game and make sure that we have no errors in here and everything works just fine. So let's test it out. Welcome to the number guessing game. What number am I thinking of? I don't know, 40. And so it says too high, try again. What number am I thinking of? Okay, well, maybe 20. Nope, too high, try again. All right, 5. Nope, too low, try again. 9, too low. 10, you won in 5 tries. Okay, good. Would you like to play again? I could type Y. I don't want to play again, so I will just type anything else. And it exits for me. And it says, thanks for playing, and we hope to see you again. Congratulations, that was pretty easy. All right, good. We've got the game going. We've got the game loop, we've got our game logic. All of this in here is the game logic, and we seem to have most of the errors taken care of. We can't really crash it by putting in inappropriate numbers. We do have one thing here. If you notice, this doesn't have a try and catch, and it doesn't have a try and catch because I honestly don't need one. If I'm not converting anything and everything's going to be a string, if I put a try and except around here, it doesn't make a difference because the only two decisions I'm making are if it's a y or if it's a lowercase y, and then I'll reset, otherwise I break. So these are the only two valid inputs. You also notice that this time around I put quotes on these double, and I often do this. I think this is just a habit from my old programming days, is I have these single quotes because I consider these single characters. They're one character, and it doesn't really matter. I can do it like this. Oftentimes when I'm coding, I will use single quotes for everything. I think I've gotten in the habit of double quotes. I don't know. It depends on if I'm working with somebody who likes single quotes or not. So this program will run just fine with the double quotes and with the single quotes. It doesn't really matter. All right. So the next video though is going to take care of this. We're going to fix having random numbers. So I'm going to show you a demo of random numbers, and then we're going to try to put it back into this code here. All right, so looking forward to the next video when we're going to wrap all of this up. All right, see you then.